are listening to the ColbyCheeZe Gaming Podcast, where I talk about whatever the hell I want, but mostly League of Legends and a bit of Minecraft.
Hey, what's up guys, it's ColbyCheeZe. It is February 15th, 2011, and you're listening to the 4th episode of the ColbyCheeZe Gaming Podcast. Today I got lots of League of Legends stuff to talk about with you, a lot of really cool stuff that I found this week from that, a couple of neato Minecraft mods and some music, and a little bit of a stroll down memory lane with some nostalgic video games from the SNES. Alright, so let's just roll right into it and get started with my League of Legends news for you. Recently we had a new patch come out, which was the release of Maoki, the Twisted Treants, as well as a couple of changes to some heroes and a remake of Ryze. Woohoo! Oh yeah. But anyways, we've got, let me just talk about Maoki first. When I saw his abilities, I was like, man, that looks awesome. This guy reminds me of Thorn from Bloodline Champions. And he looked like he was going to actually be a pretty decent champion. But in practice, he actually is quite terrible and should never be played. So, not too happy with the latest release. Seems like they just released champions in quite an underpowered state lately, and I don't know. This guy, like, I thought it was he's gonna have this little knockback spell, and I thought it was gonna be similar to how Alistar does. However, it's just such a small knockback. It's quite negligible, to be honest with you. So nothing really exciting there. His AP ratios aren't great. He doesn't do a lot of damage. He's not really, I don't know, he's just subpar overall. You can do well with him, just like you can do well with any champion if fed. However, in comparison to any other champion, he's just underwhelming, to say the least. So, whatever. Another champion I'm not going to buy. However, I am excited about the changes they made to Ryze because he is so fun to play now. They reduced the cooldown on his Q ability by a huge amount. The thing about Ryze, the way they changed him now is he's going to scale off of his mana. Like, his Q does 10% of his mana, his W does 5% of his mana, which that's his little rune prison that locks people in place. And so building AP is really not even an idea anymore in your mind. So get that out of your mind. When you play Ryze, you build all mana items, and you can essentially do a combo where you do your Q, W, E, and then you can Q again immediately because his passive gives him 1 second off of his cooldowns every time you cast a spell. And since the Q only has like a, I don't know, 3 seconds cooldown in the first place, you do your little combo and you can already Q again. So it's amazing. You can do so much damage just by building mana. And the cool thing is there's a lot of mana tank items. So Ryze basically becomes like a tanky damage dealer, and it's kind of like he's like the mana carry, essentially. It's pretty awesome, and the new range on his abilities make it possible to actually poke in the lane without getting into a dangerous situation by being too close to your opponents. So I've been playing Ryze a lot since that change, and it is so much fun. Definitely recommend checking out the new Ryze if you have not already. They also did make a few other changes, like they nerfed some of Vlad's abilities just a bit, as well as toned down the move speed on Rammus. He's still powerful. I still ban him every single game because I don't want to play against him. But that is a good step in the right direction to putting him down to where you don't want to, shoot yourself every time you have Rammus against you. So, anyways, good job, Riot. The other thing I want to talk about, apparently, you're pretty sure you've already heard about this, but apparently they've got the LOL replays out now. This is a third-party program that can now record replays. If you haven't been recording your replays, I definitely recommend checking out leaguereplays.com. Download the latest version. It's amazing that some third party went out and was able to create replays before Riot even created replays in their own system. Now, I know Riot is working towards this end goal with their new patcher system and that sort of thing. However, it's just kind of sad that a third party beat them to it. Now, there's obviously going to be some bugs with it since they can't grab all of the data from the client. You can't see what the enemy is doing. Whoever recorded the replay, you're only going to see the health bars for whatever they're looking at, so you can actually scroll around and see everyone on the team. However, it's not going to update the health bars until that person who recorded the replay actually mouses over one of the people that you're looking at. So while it's definitely a great step in the right direction, and I'm probably going to be able to do a lot of cool commentaries here in the near future, I definitely want to see an official version from Riot before too long as well. But for now, this is great news. Send me your replays if you have some great ones. Give me some description of what it is. I'd love to see some high-level replays that I can commentate on, and so that's pretty exciting right there in of itself. That's pretty much all I've got to talk about for League of Legends, other than one thing, and this is probably the most hilarious thing I've seen in a long time. Basically, they did the little video patch replay a while back, and somebody actually made a comic with them talking, and it's talking about Phreak doing talking about his night at the club or whatever, and they put a song with it. Actually, let me just kind of show you parts of it here real quick. You got to check out this full comic once you get a chance. It's hilarious. Would you hold it and get me? You might think that I'm crazy, but you know I'm just your type. I might be. Yeah, anyways, I'll put the link in my description. You can check out the full video. It's hilarious. Probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. So moving on though from League of Legends, there's a lot of really cool Minecraft stuff going on. I actually found this one mod this guy was working on. He was trying to create like an alternate nether with a bunch of extra content in it, and he came across the idea of doing these like colored shrooms, but then he was like, well, there's actually no ability to do colored lighting in Minecraft as of now, so he modded in colored lighting into the game and was able to set up the blending correctly and that sort of thing, and it's actually really cool, all the stuff he did. So he's actually kind of sidestepped from doing the nether mod and started doing all these colored lighting mods, and you can actually check out this. There's a couple of videos he's done where he's showing off the different effects of like purple and green lighting, and it's kind of like a little neon dance room. You can have like a Minecraft rave. So I thought that was one of the cooler mods that I wanted to kind of spotlight and talk to you about today. And he even added like for the redstone torches, he actually added like red glowing lighting instead of just a regular alpha lighting and that sort of thing. So definitely something to check out. I thought that was a really cool idea, and I'd like to see kind of where that goes with that. Actually, it'd be sweet if Notch and the team decided to add that in as an official feature, but who knows, we'll see where that goes. The other thing that I found is that so apparently they're doing a patch, beta 1.3 is coming out. They're planning on doing pretty shortly, and they're adding in you can actually craft beds in the game, and it'll allow you to sleep in the bed, and you can wake up and it's daytime. I'm guessing that obviously only applies to single player, since survival multiplayer you don't want to be able to change the time of day for everybody. But the other thing that the beds will allow you to do is set that as your home location, so that when you die, you'll actually respawn at your bed home location, kind of like a Hearthstone type of situation in World of Warcraft. Now that is freaking awesome, especially for people who like to go exploring. You're not going to be leashed to, like if you die, you have to walk for miles to wherever else it was that you want to go. You can instantaneously be back to where you want your home to be. So I really like that idea. That's really cool that they are adding that into the game. So, every time a patch comes out, there's always something new and cool out there. I really like where Minecraft's going. There's so much potential. In fact, right now the mods are so much more advanced in the game itself. Like you can do things like there's the Mo Creatures mod. Some of you have seen that. You can get on like flying horses and fly around and all kinds of really crazy stuff. So Minecraft in and of itself is just an amazing game. Not to mention all the mods that are out there. So I definitely love watching all the stuff that people create. It's really cool to check all of that stuff out. I actually found this really cool song that this guy did. It's like a dubstep style song with some of the different sounds for Minecraft, like the mining sounds and the monster sounds and things like that. Here, let me show you a short clip. The song's title is Mining, a Minecraft tribute. You can actually download it for free. I'll send you the link here in the description of my video. But yeah, here's just a short clip to kind of give you an idea of how it sounds. Yeah, so definitely check out that song. I thought it was a really cool song. I just wanted to kind of feature that today, so you guys can download it and check it out if you like that sort of thing. But yeah, you know what? The only other thing I want to talk about is some of the other stuff that I was checking out. I've been playing some Super Nintendo lately. Now, not the actual Super Nintendo, but I've got an emulator on my computer. And, you know, my favorite RPG of all time, some of you might laugh at me, and some of you might agree, is actually Super Mario RPG. I think that is literally the best RPG that was ever created. It ranks right up there with, you know, Final Fantasy VII and those sort of games. The reason I like this game so much is because the combat is so involving that it's actually fun. Like, in some RPGs, you just kind of like choose an attack and you just watch them do it, and it gets really repetitive to me. However, with Super Mario RPG, you actually choose an attack, and then when you go to do the attack, you actually have to, it's like a timed attack. You have to push a button at the right time, and it'll do like a double effect. And you can also do the same thing when the enemy attacks you. You have to like figure out each type of enemy attack, and then like push a button at the right time, and you can block that attack, or, you know, take off half of the damage. And plus, the game has tons of like funny stuff in it, and if you like Super Mario, you know, you can get into that sort of thing as well. Really awesome game. If you haven't already played it, definitely download ZSNES. Go Google that and play some Super Mario RPG. Really love that game. I was actually streaming it every once in a while. I'll stream it on Solo Mid on the Fun Times channel or whatever it is. But definitely check that out. So, what is your favorite game from, you know, from the past? I always enjoyed playing that game, and I think I played a bunch of Donkey Kong back in the day as well. But what about you? What is your favorite game from the past? Definitely let me know. Check it out in the comment section below, what other people are saying, and join in on the discussion on that. So the last thing that I want to talk about is Portal 2 coming out very soon. You can actually pre-order it now. I'm super excited. I loved Portal so much. That was one of my favorite games when it came out. I was like, man, this is so awesome. And so, man, if you haven't played Portal 1, I don't know what's wrong with you. You should definitely go play it. But go pre-order Portal 2 now. That's out. That's all I've got to say. That's what was cool for me since the last time we spoke. And I'll see you around for the next one, guys. Peace out.